What is up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of the Mototec Pro 60 volt. Let's get into it. Alright, so as you may know, I just got the Mototec Pro 60 volt, and after a little bit of riding it in the trails and on the street, I am going to tell you some pros and some cons. Alright, first let's get into the cons. So, the battery cover right here, it's really flimsy and it doesn't stay on very good. And one time I forgot to screw it in, and when I was riding it fell off, so now we have to buy a new one. See that? It's exposed, which is not very good, especially if you're riding on trails and stuff. Alright, second con. So if you look at the wrapping on it, you can see very clearly that there's a bunch of bubbles in the wrapping. So it makes the bike look a lot cheaper, and it just doesn't look very good because even if you push them in, it still doesn't work. So, and it came like that. So yeah, that's the second con. Alright, another con is that this battery sensor, when it gets down to 1 bar, it stays like that for a really long time. Like, it got down to 1 bar and it was like that for an hour and it was still good. So it's not very accurate, so you don't really know when it's actually gonna die or not. And yeah. Alright, last con. So the front fender here, it's pretty flimsy because I was riding in the trails and I crashed on some really soft dirt, and the front fender twisted and it was like that, but it's all good now because I just pushed it back in place, but it's pretty flimsy. And also the back fender, I heard that the back fender is pretty flimsy too, and you can see that it's really flimsy there. And look at that, didn't even notice that until now. But yeah, so the front and back fenders are pretty flimsy. Alright, let's get into the pros. So pro number 1 is the suspension. The suspension is really good, especially when you're going over bumps that with no suspension would hurt, but with the suspension is pretty good. Doesn't hurt as much. And especially if you're doing a jump or something and you land really hard, it'll help you out there, so it won't hurt as much and you might not crash. Alright, pro number 2. Okay, so when you're riding in the trails and stuff, it can get pretty muddy, especially if you're riding through water or mud. But there was quite a bit, you can't see it anymore because I cleaned my bike, but there was a lot of mud and I drove through some water. And the bike is fine. Like, the water dried and it works perfectly fine. Didn't even do anything to it. So as an electric bike, it's pretty good through the water and mud. So if you're thinking about riding it through trails, it's pretty good for trails. Alright, pro number 3. So as you can see here, you have a key that turns this on and off. And the good thing about having a key is that you can put it in like your bedroom or whatever, and no one can steal your bike. Even if they steal your bike, they can't ride it, which is good if you have like siblings that want to ride your bike. And yeah. Last pro is the battery. So as you can see on the battery, if you take it out, you can bring it to places because you have a handle. And if you ever need to take it out and swap it, you can grab it by the handle, and it's a lot easier to hold the battery like that. And also with the battery, if you are gonna not ride your bike for a long time, you have this thing, and if you press it, then I'm not sure what it completely does, but I'm pretty sure it shuts off the battery. Like, no power can go through even if you turn the key. So it's good if you're going on like a trip for the week and you're not gonna ride your bike. So yeah. Alright guys, that will end the video for today. And if you made it this far, comment down below W Mototec. And if you want to see more content like this, comment down below, like, subscribe. I'll be posting every Saturday from now on.